Aspiration. A deep desire to do something, to aim for something, to be something. We all have it in different degrees. Some people aspire to be rich. Other people aspire to be a person of influence or power. Some aspire to create something of significance or to be a great innovator. Some aspire to help people, whether it be in a religious setting, a heroic setting, or a non-profit setting. When I was a kid, I aspired to be a dad, to find myself a good woman, create a family, and watch my kids grow up. And when I became a dad, I felt like I have had a dream come true. To have those big eyes stare at me with curiosity, to have them celebrate my coming from work as they yell, "Daddy!" and wrap their toddler arms around my legs. To teach them about life as I take them out on daddy dates, shopping sprees to the dollar store, parks, and simple walks. To hear their secrets. Insignificant things, but to them, they were sharing their heart. I believe that no kid should grow up without their dad, and surely my kids were not going to be part of that common plight. I was going to be a good dad and stay around. I was going to work on my marriage, to be a great husband so that I can be a great dad. Yeah, my aspiration was shattered at the end of a divorce, when the culture and the courts pushed me out of my kids' lives. I suffered a heartbreak of a million pieces. Why should a father not be free to be with his children? Why does it seem like he has to fight and expend resources just to look at his child's face, to watch them grow up, to fulfill his sacred calling to fatherhood? Why does a father have to live at the mercy of an allegation from a woman and at the mercy of a justice system that, with bias, will accept her word as truth? Many of you, hundreds of you, hundreds, thousands of you, and even millions of you can relate to my story, my pain, my desperation. It seems like this system is rigged against fathers and nothing can be done to fix it. I believe that something can be done, but it can only be done together. Together as fathers. Together as supporting spouses. Together as alienated children. Together as sympathetic friends who value fatherhood. Together we can create a coalition of fatherhood who have as their aspiration to be the best dads in the world. There are millions of stories like ours. Stories of a biased justice system. Stories of narcissistic partners who use their gender to steal a father's right to his children. Stories of a culture that demeans father and the role they play in child rearing. And stories of children who wish they had more access to their fathers. Your story needs to be told, and I wish to help you tell it. Before change can come, there must be social awareness. One of several projects will be to compile these stories in the form of a book to create awareness of this enormous problem. Unsuspecting fathers need to learn how to protect themselves against the legal biases. They need to understand that they are not alone. Politicians need to appreciate the gravity of the problem. And we all need to be inspired by the hope that change will come soon. Before change can come, there must be social awareness. That they will come. That no parent should have to fight just to have a presence in their kids' lives. But they will come when both parents will have equal time with their kids. The day will come when dads do not have to fear family courts, but can approach it with the assurance that if he wants to watch his kids grow up, the courts will uphold and defend his God-given right to do so. So, if you are like me, a person who values fatherhood and hope for a system that unites families, even after a tragic divorce, rather than divide them with the current system of winners and losers and the biases that come with it. If you wish to be a dad, if you want to help your hurting spouse, family member, or friend, if you wish you had or have had more time with their father, your father, then tell your story. Don't just sit at home drowning in depression. Don't allow the system and the culture beat you down. We are men. We are fathers. We are the protectors of our families. And we shall do something about having the right to our kids. And we can all start by telling our story. Let's create a united voice, loud enough for the politicians, the justice system, and the culture to hear that the greatest family crisis is not the deadbeat dad, but a justice system that pushes good fathers away from the lives of their children. Tell your story. Reignite your aspiration to be that great dad. Your children and grandchildren are dependent on you. And the world needs to hear your story.